Hello, chess friends. We're going to be streaming the 4-player World Championship. This is the new standard variation. It's the first of 8 arena qualifiers. Let's catch up on the game first. There's one game currently going on. It seems like it started early because I don't have 0 UTC yet, but already a game going on. There's a few moves in. So it looks like green and blue getting their queens out early. Red not getting his queen out. Hey, 4-player chess. Thank you so much for the subscription. 2 years. Let's go. Luke, I am in the streamer's commentary booth. If you want to jump in, feel free. We should give Luke a shout out as well. I know not many people here watching yet, so the shout out won't go for many people, but when people get here, they can see the shout out anyway. I think you can see past chat now when you join Twitch streams. Anyway, so this arena is... So we just wrapped up the World Championships of the old standard variation, which is also solo. The solo meaning that there's one winner every game. And old standard meaning it was... I guess old setup meaning it was the original setup. But a year ago, there was a transition to the new setup, which switched the king and the queen, I think of blue and green, I'm not sure exactly, but it changed a lot of the open-end dynamics. And the way it changed those dynamics is you see a lot more pawn moves in the open-end. You see a lot more of these types of structures. And the queens are immediately looking at the kings. So that definitely plays a part. Has he moved his king? Okay, he did move his king. Okay, yeah, so the king used to be here. Okay, so it would be like this queen looks at this king, this queen looks at this king, and similarly, this queen looks at this king, this queen looks at this king, this queen looks at this king. And this queen looks at this king. So all the queens look at the kings. So because of that, in new standard, when you just push a pawn that it exposes your queen on the diagonal, you're looking at one or the other of the kings immediately, which is very threatening because if the other player also threatens that king, then there can be some quick checkmates. So you have to be immediately very careful as far as closing off those queen lines if you're defending. Another thing about new standard is green is mated immediately. Green basically has no chance of living unless blue helps him. And at this level, blue is always going to help them, but it has always seemed... Oh, by the way, this is mate. It's always seemed very strange to me because the justification for... Okay, not quite mate. He has one move he can go to, but they win a queen for free. And blue can... I suppose he probably takes this knight for free. Unless there's some mate here. He could take the pawn, but... Like, this knight is going to be taken, I would assume. Oh, this is check, though. So hold on. If he's still in check, then maybe blue has something better. Okay, so... what does he want blue to do? Oh, blue has mate because of this pin. Red is going to snag a free rook. What? Blue just tangs a queen. And for some reason, yellow doesn't take the free queen. Okay, so hey, Sinister Magnus, thanks for the follow. I think the qualification for these arenas is 2400 plus, but apparently there are a lot of 2400s you don't see checkmate in one. So both blue and yellow missed checkmate in one, and green saw checkmate in one. So that was very strange. Blue didn't even, I mean, I guess blue might have lost a rook there, but I mean, he lost a queen by not doing that if yellow wasn't a dummy. Okay. Anyway, the justification by some of the 4PC admins for switching from old setup to new standard was that the game was lopsided in favor of red-yellow. But the game is even more lopsided in new standard because green is mated immediately if blue doesn't help him. So it kind of requires this help, which is less beginner friendly. But this is the world we live in. So we've already had the World Championship of the old setup win solo, and in solo there's only one winner. This is the new setup or new standard, and it is not solo. This is scored in an FFA way. So the way the arena scoring works is that, I guess not just the arena scoring, but also like the, so first place equivalent of 3 wins. Fourth place equivalent of 3 losses. Second is 1 win. Third is 1 loss. So this is like real FFA scoring. So it's not just winner takes all. In the arena context, I believe first place gets 2 arena points, and I think second place might get 1 arena point. I guess we can, let's just look at the arena real quick to see. I guess the description doesn't explain it. But we do have a command for, whoa. So blue got mated. Hold on, let's back up, because that's pretty interesting. So this is cut off. This is check. He could have like sacked his queen, but he just moves over. And this mate happens. Yeah, and this would have been an escape square, but he moved his rook there. And the rook, I guess, was guarding against this mate. So yeah, not only did blue not checkmate yellow in one move, he failed to be mate in one, but in addition, yellow mated blue. So blue is like doubly a dumbass there. Anyway, let's catch up to the game. We are now in the 3-player stage. Because this is FFA and not solo, get in 4th is substantially worse than get in 3rd or 2nd. So blue has lost a bunch of points by putting himself in 4th place, which is all his own fault. So red seems to have a good king structure, but it's about to be undermined by green. Oh, instead of undermining the structure, green is just going for a free piece. So we're going to see whether red respects the bishop. He does not respect the bishop. He doesn't respect his structure. So red's king not looking as comfortable as it used to be. On the other hand, green's king is in the middle of the board. By attacking red's structure, green deprives himself of the ability to put his own king in a good structure. Yellow's king is out in the middle. Right now, king being in the middle isn't as important because there are no queens on the board. But we're probably going to see promotions pretty quickly. Hard to stop yellow from promoting. So we're going to see a new queen from yellow. And if he promotes here, he even attacks the rook, might pin it. Okay. Oh, okay, so red is protecting the rook. Yellow could sack, but I don't think it's worth it. I think he'd prefer to keep the queen. Yellow is up on points, and he'd prefer to keep his material. Yellow needs to worry about red and green promoting now. So it's most important to stop these promotions. It looks like he wants to win like a free dude. And red stops that. If you're green, maybe you could, well, I guess this is, okay. This still might be a good move to attack the pawn. He's trying to keep all of his pieces snug over here. Red is doubling up, looking to promote. This yellow bishop is kind of in a sneaky position. Someday red might forget about that and all of a sudden find a piece taken. Yellow's plan is to promote more pawns. If yellow could grab this pawn for free, he would take that for sure. But right now the rook is defending it. So the format of this tournament is there are 8 arena qualifiers, which will be held over the next 2 days. So this is 0 UTC. There's going to be arenas at 0 UTC. I think it's 12 UTC, 16 UTC, and 20 UTC, which is Universal Time Coordinated or something like that. I forget what UTC stands for. But it's basically Greenwich Mean Time. Oh, that's a free pawn that red has arrowed. But if he takes that pawn, then it's possible that yellow could attack green, and then it could be hard to defend the bishop. So green is choosing to stay solid instead. Yellow somehow grabbed this pawn. When did that happen? Oh, it looks like he moved the rook away to undefend the pawn, and yellow said, thank you. I'll take that. So again, yellow's plan is to try to stop promotions from green and red. Whenever he can snag pawns, he would like to do that. At the same time, he wants to get his pawns closer to promotion. I don't think he should take this pawn, because that green pawn, I think that was a bad idea. That green pawn was a blocker for red. So I think he should have left it there. That green pawn was nowhere near promoting. Red was stopping it from promoting. And on the other hand, the green pawn was stopping red from progressing. This is a nice outpost for the bishop in that it can attack, this king square later. So maybe it makes red a little uncomfortable, but it certainly wasn't worth the 1 point. I would not have grabbed that at all. This pawn is loose. Green going after it. This pawn double attacked. He could push, I guess. Okay, I guess red is thinking promotion. But he still has 2 squares to go for that. Maybe he's just... Oh, he was blocking red from promoting. That was the idea. Red could have promoted last move. So yellow might want to think about sacking. Like maybe sack the bishop for the pawn to prevent red from promoting. He's sacking for the rook. Don't think that's a good idea. Because green is going to go after yellow, because yellow has the most points. And this is check. And if he goes this way, this is another check. Red is getting powerful. Kind of teaming up on yellow. Great question for 4-player chess. So off stream, Luke, also known as 4-player chess, got a 37 in Puzzle Rush, which is, I've only got that once, and I created this emote to pester Radon, whose high is at 36. I've gotten 36 a few times, I think maybe 5 or 6 times, but I've only gotten 37 once. Hey, Justin Davis. Thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well. Justin Davis, are you playing in this tournament? Well, Radon said he's probably going to play in this, but he didn't say which qualifier, and he wasn't certain of that. So for Radon, even though Radon doesn't like New Standard, he disliked the time control of the last set of qualifiers, which was 10-minute with no increment and no delay, even more than he dislikes the New Standard. Oh, you're not playing it? Okay. So red only won with a queen, only won with two queens. Um, red may become a target here. Green can promote, but it's attacked by a few things. So green probably gonna wait to promote until red is busy. What did he just take? He took a knight. Okay. Is that mate? Red has mate, and red can claim. No, he can't claim. But it's a pretty good 1v1 versus green. I mean, he has a 1-point queen and a rook. He doesn't take the mate. That's surprising. Or no, okay, I'm sorry, it wasn't mate. There was an escape square. I'm so dumb. I'm blind. Okay, so green sacked to give yellow a chance to hurt red. If this knight gets taken, then green can promote. Maybe we take this. That would also let green promote, though. He thinks green promoting is the most important thing right now. Maybe we just grab this pawn. It is defended a few ways, but if you can trade this pawn, which is far away from promotion, for a pawn on the brink of promotion, that's probably a good trade. This is defended. Green is lucky there's no light squared bishops out there. I mean, there's the queen, which can cover these light squares, but if yellow had a light squared bishop, green's back rank could be a lot. Whoa, he undefended this pawn. What? And green didn't even want the free check. Very odd. Don't really understand what's going on here. So I think red is worried about yellow promoting. Right now, green is defending the square also. Like red is pushing. Don't think it's the right time to push that. I think red should have considered shuffling there a little bit. Okay, there is a check on... Is that just... He just took the dead pawn that was in the way of the promotion path. Okay. Yellow promotes. Is green going to sack? Nope. He is not. That's a free pawn, though. So he has a few checks. Maybe he's gonna like check, try to take this rook. Something like that. Okay. Adventurous. This would give the mate to green. So he can't do it. He can't do this because the queen guards. We could check one of these places. What? That's odd by green. Green had a free checkmate. I guess green felt he couldn't win the 1v1 versus... versus yellow. So not a terrible move by green. If green doesn't think he can win the 1v1, he wants to make sure that yellow doesn't mate red. Yellow is running out of pieces. Red is just happy that neither of them wants to give the other one the mate on red. And green just wants to get his pawns in a better position, maybe promote something while these guys are battling each other. These kings are on light squares, so green can't attack them with the dark square bishop right now. Not sure where green thinks he's going. I mean, this promotion square is guarded. I think green is just kind of disrupting his structure for no apparent reason. So a lot of these things are covered. Yellow would love to sneak a mate on red, maybe with the unwitting help of green. Green, while all this is going on, he maybe he'll try to secure like some sort of check on yellow. Now he's just moving his king to better position. This is not mate. All of a sudden, green is getting a little bit closer to promotion. I think they're realizing they need to do something about green. This is a pin, by the way. That's a threat, and that's a threat. A double check guarded by yellow. But that's a girl. Not the one I would have chosen. I guess he's hoping there'll be some sort of check there, but no. That's asking too much from red. I think he should have just taken the free promotion rather than what he did. Green only has one pawn left to promote. Not looking great for green. Red is pretty close to hiding among the dead pieces. Red also has 3 pawns potentially to promote. This pawn's going to fall at some point. These 2 pawns, connected pawns, still looking strong. All of a sudden, yellow becoming very powerful. And this is a pin, by the way. So maybe check red, then take this. No, red's going to start checking. Yellow willing to trade off the queens. So I think that red would like green to go after this queen. Like they trade off this queen, green takes the other queen. Well, now red can win this queen potentially. Oh, actually this can be taken. So this is a little complicated. That's a very, very good move. Nice find. He gets this queen here. Green could have taken this queen if he wanted to. I guess he didn't want... he didn't want red to be too powerful. So he only wanted one of yellow's queens to fall. I don't think green should take the red queen at this point. Oh, that's mate. If you're yellow, you take that mate. Then you can just claim. That was a huge mistake by green. Alright, we get to see who these guys are. So Chad Catter, 2450, did not see checkmate in one. And C Coppola did not see the free queen. But yellow won in the end. International Master, yeah. Red was empty K3. I think red played pretty good throughout the whole game. I'm just really shocked that blue did not take checkmate in one. That's kind of the story of this game. And before we move on to the next game, let's just look at where that was really early in the game. Let's see. Right here. Okay, well, we have to wait until it's blue's move. Checkmate. Free checkmate. So, queen cannot be taken. Loses a rook, or a bishop, or a pawn, but, I mean, rook most likely to be lost, but, I mean, totally worth it. Why don't you take that checkmate? And not only did he fail to checkmate yellow in one move, but in addition to that, a few moves after he didn't checkmate yellow, yellow went ahead and checkmated him. So, you know, we're what, like another 5 moves later, yellow checkmates blue. Deserved. Blue doesn't take checkmate in one. That person who could have checkmated in one checkmates him. You gotta find these checkmates in one. Alright, let's go out and look at another game here. So it looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4 games going on right now. Let me just check to see if anyone else is streaming this. Doesn't look like it, just me right now. We'll just look at the highest rated queue. Red and yellow got their queens out early. And again, this is FFA. Yellow could take the queen like 3 different ways, but he's not going to. Because at the high levels, these guys work together. Opposites work together. I don't think red's move here was particularly good, though. Let me see. Was there anything red could have done? I don't think yellow's move was good either, because blue gets to go after yellow. But if you're red and this bishop gets taken, like, what are you supposed to do? I mean, I guess he wanted it to be protected, maybe? But the problem if you're red is that this might happen. And I guess that's what red realized. That's why he went back here, to prevent that. But now yellow is pretty busted. Yellow losing a rook. Okay, red is being tempoed. And if you're blue, I think you just take the rook, but maybe he's worried about this pawn. They're arrowing that. Oh, hold on. This rook is getting tempoed. This is a decent move. They could consider sacking. So, I mean, yellow could have just taken that, then take. Red instead is going to tempo the queen. Yellow probably going to tempo the bishop. And green is very inactive. He can tempo this queen, but there's not much else he can do. Okay, this does allow him to potentially take a pawn, but I mean, I guess that lets blue get in. If you're yellow, I think this move is better than taking the bishop. Because you threaten the queen, you also threaten to just move the knight away, and then the queen takes rook. Okay, he's just gonna take that. Blue is no longer defending this pawn, so no point in green taking it. Green just going for a decent structure. Probably gonna castle, or you could play king over, king over. So green basically, the point count is green is down a bishop for nothing. Yellow has collected 2 bishops. And yeah, that's basically it. Yellow has lost 1 pawn. Wow. This got taken and... Oh, okay, red arrow in a checkmate. It's not quite a checkmate because still king over, but it's going to lead to a checkmate. Green should definitely take this opportunity to grab some material from yellow. This is a terrible move. Maybe he's put in a check in his back pocket though. No, he just wants to promote, I guess. Yeah. In the chat, La Mix says sad to be blue. I agree. Blue's opposite green was pretty terrible. So, I mean, these are not active moves. He tempoed the green queen a few times, but that's basically it. Green has played super passive. So, of course, blue has died. Okay, so let's check the yellow-red situation. So yellow and red have traded queens after all of that, because this queen was defended. So yellow now with 29 points, red with 33 points. Red has a decent structure. I mean, it's not ideal, but he still has the possibility of this and this. Or you can move his king further away from green over here. Why do you put bishop here? I'm not sure. Defending this pawn? That's an odd... Why not go here? This move confuses me. But green's plan is clear. Green wants to promote in the middle. Green wants to keep this good structure. This rook is attacked, so he's going to save it. Can it go anywhere active? Probably somewhere in the middle here. Okay. Don't really like... Okay, well, this would have been a bad place anyways he could take, but I think he should have gone somewhere where he could check green, and right now this square is defended. So he doesn't have a... sorry, could have checked yellow. He doesn't have a good check on yellow. Rook trade offered. And he has accepted the rook trade. Probably, yeah, red's going to double up, which will prevent promotion. And so green is not going to promote immediately. Instead, he's going to bring more pawns into the game. Oh, check stand-ins between games. Yeah, we can check the stand-ins. Okay, it looks like Lost Chess has won 2 out of 3. And everyone else has only played like 1 or 2 games. So Coppola won 1. Chessmaster GS, I guess that is 1-1. So yeah, Lost Chess in the lead. The speed of wins is a factor. Yeah, for sure. More aggressive players have an advantage. Yeah, in the arena format. So by the way, the arenas for the last World Championship were 2 hours. I believe these are 3-hour arenas. I think these are longer arenas. Let me just double check that by clicking on this. Yeah, so longer arenas. We have 3-hour arenas here. And if a game starts before the arena ends, then I think that game is allowed to finish, and it still counts. I think I got interrupted when I was explaining the format of the tournament much earlier in the stream. So there are 8 qualifiers over 2 days. So there are qualifiers Saturday and Sunday this weekend at 0 UTC, 12 UTC, 16 UTC, and 20 UTC. Those 8 qualifiers are then... No, I'm sorry. It's the top 2 from each arena that qualify. So 16 total qualifiers from 8 tournaments. And those 16 people who qualify will next weekend participate in 4 matches at their respective UTC time to whittle down to 4 players. Each of those 4 players will then be mixed in with 12 players who qualify by virtue of being at the top of the leaderboard. I think it's 12 players. I think that makes 16 players, which will then play matches where they contain 4 people in the match, and the top person goes on. And each of these matches will include 1 person who qualified from the arenas and 3 people who qualified from being at the top of the leaderboard. And that will get down to a top 4, and those top 4 will play in the finals match. So I may be getting that wrong, but I think that's the basic format. We do have a command here, 4PCWC, for 4PC World Championship. This takes you to an article that Luke wrote about the process for this particular tournament. 4-player chess says he'll be in and out. Yeah, if you can hop in voice later on, happy to have you for any amount of time you are free. So I think I'll be able to cover all of the qualifiers. And there's, like I said, there's 8 qualifiers this weekend. There's 2 wrinkles there. Number 1 is I have some work that I need to grade by the end of Sunday night, so I need to find time to grade that, which should take a few hours, but hopefully I can do that later tonight after the arena. Other thing is I might have to hop out one of the arenas to join like a call for some libertarian stuff. But that shouldn't take that long. That would be just like a half an hour. So I might have to duck out for a half an hour of one of the qualifiers. Other than that, I'm going to try to stream the rest of these. So yellow wants to prevent red from promotion. I'm not sure. This pawn is going to push. I guess he was kind of threatening the rook in case yellow did something useful. Now he's threatening to win a free pawn. Yellow poised to promote. Red is now defending this pawn. Now yellow's attacking the queen, but he's also defending his pawn, which is another sneaky attack by green. So this is defended. I don't think yellow needs to worry about that. Is there a way for yellow to move his pieces to better squares? I think he could be a little concerned about his king safety. So If I'm yellow, I probably want to maybe push one of these pawns, get my king up here. There's no checks from this way. Maybe he has other ideas. Yellow is waiting until green is busy, so he can push. But right now, with the rook and the queen guard here. This is a pin. And red gets out of the pin. Yellow pushing another pawn. This pawn may be overextended. So, possible red could go after this pawn. I think right now red would prefer them to attack each other. Green gonna try to stop the yellow promotion. Red going after a pawn there. So now yellow has a queen. Yellow looking more comfortable than before. This is an active place for the queen. Kind of looking at this king. Looking at this file. Good to move the rook because it was undefended over there. Not sure where this knight is going. Maybe it wants to try to disrupt red structure. Get a better piece, I'm not sure. Red is arrowing a lot of moves, so that probably says something about who red is, but I couldn't say for sure who it is. The time control, by the way, is 1 minute with a 5-second increment. So these guys shouldn't flag unless there's some weird server issue, but you do have to keep moving. Yellow finally pushing another pawn. This king is pretty out in the open though. Luckily he has pieces around it, but he doesn't have many pawns to hide behind anymore. This is the promotion square for yellow, and it's defended by a few things. At some point when more pieces trade, red would like to go for promotion himself, supported by the rook, but right now yellow in the way. So red pretty much shuffling, waiting for the other people to do some action. In general, the person with the most points is the person who can afford to shuffle, because if we somehow got into a repetition or a 50 move rule, then the beneficiary is the one with the most points. They would win by default. I may have to go for a few minutes. I'll be right back. I may need to deal with some house stuff real quick. Okay. Make sure my sound is working. Yep, we're good. So sorry about that. I had to step away because I had some contractors doing some things for me. Needed to look at their work and pay them some stuff. All right, I missed some action here, so we're gonna go back a bit. Um, let's see. I'm just gonna go through some moves to see what happened. So it was mostly shuffling until this trade. So bishop for rook. Oh, yellow promoted. And red immediately sacked. Ooh, that's a piece. And there's a check, so can red do anything? Don't think so. He's going after the knight. There's a check. That can actually do something. Yellow's pieces have been eaten. Oh, what did yellow take? Yellow took a green pawn. Don't really understand that from yellow. I guess he was just mad at green. Because honestly, that kind of kept red from promoting. I think that's a pawn you should have kept. Now yellow's stuck here, or red can promote. What? Red can take that. That seemed like a very poor decision from yellow. So yellow running on fumes. Alright, we're caught up to the live position. I don't know why yellow sacked that queen. I mean, let's look back at that. Like, it was very odd. Did he assume that he was going to do that? Like, why would he do that? I mean, that would let them checkmate him together, but that's not really in green's interest. Okay, that was supported. That's a rook. And we see the importance of king safety because green has not been checked in forever. Look at this structure. Green was happy to keep chilling and check the other guys. Green is behind on points though, by a pretty huge amount. So yellow at 59, green at 32, red at 55. So if yellow mates anyone, he can claim. If red mates yellow, he can claim. If green mates anyone, he has a 1v1 to deal with. So green finally has undermined his own structure. This pawn could be a target later. But at least this bishop is snug for now. Honestly, if I'm green, I might think about taking away this pawn. Because once this pawn is gone, you can take this pawn, and that leaves future promotion pass. But instead he's going after red. Yellow is now defending these things, also threatening a check. Green might be checked for the first time in a long, long time. This check still could happen because it's defended. Red's king totally out in the open. This pawn is now undefended. Don't have the check anymore. Okay. We're going after this pawn. Hard for red to defend everything. He can't even push the pawn. It's double attacked. I think this pawn is going to fall. Not great for red. And yellow's just going to let the pawn fall. We have a fork here. So defending the pawn. Why isn't yellow moving? Okay. So this check, no, I'm sorry, it couldn't happen because of this. This check is threatened again. There's a check here, but it would let red check, so I don't think it's going to happen. The cheese deck says, since when is 1-5 rapid? Yeah, it shouldn't really be rapid, but for these purposes, just so they can get more games in the arena. Finally, this bishop moves. King going over. That steps out of a possible check, I guess, but king more vulnerable in the middle. This is check, but it's a bad check because yellow could just take. So always on the luck. Wait, is that a double check? That is a double check. He's not taking the double check. I don't know why. He could really use the points. And still a double check. I guess he's considering whether to take the double check. He could also just check red and hope that yellow picks up the queen. I don't know that yellow would actually want to pick up the queen. Oh, by the way, there's two double checks. This is double check as well. Okay, green hands the win to red. He did that after tanking for 50 seconds. That was so weird. He tanked for 50 seconds and then made a move that was mate in one. Why do you do that? And it wasn't even going to be mate in one for him later. Like, if he gets two moves, it's still not mate. That was just very odd. Alright, so we get to see who they are, and red wins. That's War Queen, 78 points. Green doesn't even get second. He's forced into third place. International Master C. Coppola in second place. Let's check the arena standings. Oh, Ball hog. I guess is that ball hog? I don't know how you pronounce that, but he has 2 out of 2 wins. Chessmaster GS 2 out of 2 wins. Lost Chess 2 out of 4 wins. So a few people with 2 wins. Fourth place has, he got a tie somewhere in there. He has 1.66 wins. So maybe he got 2 3-way ties. I don't know how you even do that. Coppola got 1 win and 1 3-way tie, I guess. Anyway, let's move on to the next game. See what we can find. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 games going on. And one of them is that the 4-player stage has just started. Might have those same people. Let's go to the top game though, which is very far in. So we're gonna try to catch up. Yellow has not gotten active yet. Everyone else has. There is a mate threat on yellow. Awkward. Defended the mate threat. He's defended several mate threats because this was also a mate threat. But he doesn't get to take this. Whoa. Okay. So he was trying to defend this queen from being taken, but it probably ends up as a queen trade. And that takes some pressure off. So if he takes, this will happen and we can win the queen. Wow. I guess the idea is take this. No. Yeah, I mean, that just sacks a piece. Why do you take that? I mean, I would think either you take the rook, which may end up being bad, or you can just come back to home. Maybe he was afraid of this happening. I don't know. This is really strange to sack for the bishop. What does that achieve? So, I'm not too happy with blue's play. Whoa. Okay, I guess... Is this a mate, actually? If he takes knight check, queen check, king over, mate. Okay, so blue was trying not to get mated. It's always harder to avoid getting checkmated when you hang your queen, which is essentially what blue has done. Oh, okay. Green is snagging a free piece from yellow while yellow is busy. So yellow trading with green. Probably hoping that red would come in and start attacking green. What else could he have done? Maybe bring this bishop in. I don't know. But again, kind of an odd move. But green doesn't even take back. His taken back would undermine his... Oh, okay. If he takes back, then yellow gets in here. I see now. So it's kind of like a free piece. If he takes, pawn takes, queen in check. So green does not even take back. He cares about his structure. Blue is going to try to get safe. Okay. Trade offered with green. Green takes the trade with yellow. Blue going after the red bishop. Oh, okay. So that knight backwards move had a dual purpose. He was also attacking the yellow rook, which maybe yellow didn't notice. I mean, it ends up being a trade for yellow, I guess. What? What is this? Oh, he wants red to defend. Okay. Does red defend? Okay, he defends that way. Reasonable. Okay, but in the meantime, green has undermined red's structure. So red's king is going to be a little bit less safe as a result. Yellow doesn't have much place to hide. Green structure, not great. He can bring his king over, I guess, but... Okay. Green doubles up. Brings his king to hide among the center pawns. What? We're hanging this pawn? Is that what we're going to do? Of course we take that. And now he supports his pawn. So yellow would like to promote. Green sacks for the knight. Because that lets red deal with this pawn. Also threatens pawn check. Okay, and green and basically destroy yellow. I guess not quite. Yellow going for promotion. And red doesn't consider yellow a threat. So red lets him have that. Sorry. Just seeing which pawn he took. He took a red pawn. Yellow going after green. The red is liking that. Red still has a lot of pawns, a lot of pieces. Red shuffling a little bit. That's a check. It just gives this up, but I guess I kind of defend it. Now he's gonna go after this guy. You can take this guy. Wow, okay. Green doesn't want a free knight. Okay, it's weird that the knight has got into here. Why do we move this over? That seems to accomplish absolutely nothing. It'd be better to have this defending this pawn more. So he just hangs the knight. Yellow actually defends the knight. And green takes it and yellow doesn't take back. Why do we not take some... Oh, okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Red was defending that the whole time. I'm blind. Okay. So no, what happened is red figured that was defended. But now that yellow is threatening to take back, if red takes back, red doesn't want to take it. Doesn't want to give up his bishop, but is comfortable giving up the knight. Now red is giving up another bishop, but his dark square bishop much less important than this light square bishop. The light square bishop is an important defender. Red has lost a bunch of material. Yellow hiding among the dead pieces. Green looking to promote. Yellow still has an extra pawn. Ooh, whoa. Okay. So red let himself be checked from the diagonal, which gives green an opportunity to chomp some stuff. And we are caught up to the live position. Oh, this is a scary thing to attack. also kind of hard to defend. So if you're yellow, I don't think you take this immediately. You could take a free pawn first. Well, I guess you can retreat. But even so, I think you can trade that then promote. Maybe. Although maybe... Oh, actually, red is on that. So maybe red takes back. Red could also go for this. If you're yellow... Oh, okay. Interesting. So do we take? But then red gets a knight at the end. Oh, my bad. I got the move order wrong. Okay, yellow down to exactly one queen. Nothing else for the rest of the game. You can't afford to lose that. Kind of going after this pawn. His king is far away from getting checked, though. So if you're yellow, you want to prevent these promotions from happening. Hopefully green will deal with this. Could go for the green pawn. Green does not seem to be stopping promotion. Now red is about to get very powerful with a queen. Interesting. This is a potential check threat. And we could even see this sort of thing. This is possible. That puts a lot of trust in green, though. Yeah, taking the pawn might have been even better there. It turns out. What? Oh, okay. Let's check. A different check than I expected. By the way, there's now checks on yellow. So green being a little aggressive here, maybe unwittingly. Green trying to get another knight involved. Hey, Matten. Matten says, what a tragedy. By the way, Matten, I'm in the voice channel, so if you'd like to co-commentate, happy to have you there. So yellow defending the knight, vacating the square potentially. Yellow still hasn't been able to take any of these three dudes. Instead of these random checks, I really think yellow should be taking some pawns. Green trying to get some more pieces involved. Because ooh, I don't know if that was worth taking. Although there is this check now. Yellow running out of checks. So is green. This pawn could fall, but I don't think red can afford to take that, as he sees that there's going to be some checks coming. Stops this check, stops this check, stops this check. Red might be okay for now. So red has a check here. I don't think this check is good. I don't think they're really going to team up against green. Green has the least points. Double check. Yellow gets to farm some free +1s there. So if yellow were to check, I was figuring maybe yellow could check green, but I guess not. Red has a check. This could be a scary check. Check threat here. Double check threat before this move back. Whoa. Yellow timed out. Okay, easy win for red now. If we're red, we try to mop up this pawn. Yeah, that's a great move too. Attacking those things. If we guard this, we have this. Then take the pawn. Yeah, yellow timing out was huge for red. Don't know why yellow did that. Hey, Noel, okay. Hey, Chess Doofus. Oh, Matt, no voice chat for now. Okay. So yeah, so blue was Chessmaster GS. And he was, I think this was the game where he was mated first. I think green didn't help him very much. Let's look back at the beginning of this real quick. Oh no, blue and green, they were working together. But after this trade, green was very poorly developed, and green just turtled up, didn't make any threats. Oh yeah, blue hung its queen for nothing. Like, what was he expecting here? That's what it, like, it's yellow's move immediately afterwards. So, why do you do that? Did he mistake the move order? I just don't understand this move at all. I mean, after he sacked the queen for a bishop, blue was having a hard time the whole game. I guess that kind of signaled to green that blue was a dumbass and he wasn't going to help him at all. Oh, blue was mad at green though. Blue said, "Thanks a lot, green. Blunder your queen for no reason." Okay, so blue was angry at green for blundering his queen.
Blue had to sacrifice the queen or it would have been mate.
I mean, it ended up being a trade rather than just losing it, but yeah, that wasn't good either. Anyway, let's check the stand-ins real quick. So Chessmaster GS, who just lost this game, is actually at 3 out of 4 wins. So he's winning the tournament right now with 9 points. So I guess when he sacked his queen, maybe it was an arena strategy where he figured, let's get out of this game quickly. so that he can move on to another game. So, I mean, it's probably better if you're not going to win to be mated early so you can move on to another game rather than surviving another like 30 minutes and then still not winning. So maybe a good strategy. We'll see. Matten said it's literally mate in one. Wait, what? Did I miss a move that makes it mate in one? Oh, hey, Ashley. Ashley, thanks for watching. Yeah, Ashley blew up on TikTok recently. Blue had to sack his queen or he was mated. Oh, man. I don't know how to get out to that game. I just X'd out of it. I guess maybe I could check just message GS's history. My bad. So I guess I missed something there. Alright, let's watch another game though. Alright, we're gonna go back to the beginning, see what happened. Blue had to sack his queen or his mated. Oh, yeah, GS bailed out green a lot. Yeah, so GS got less there, but he's at 3 out of 4 wins, so that's still like pretty amazing for him. Like I said, better to get a quick loss than a slow loss. What? Red just hang his queen? What? Red just hung his queen in a world championship qualifier. I understand there's not that many people who are like 2600 plus, but these 2400 Qs, like, there's so many bad players. Okay, so blue going after the yellow queen. But we can just take that. Like, what was the point of this move by blue? A lot of the... Oh, he's keeping yellow busy, so yellow doesn't take this queen, I guess. Okay. So blue is being nice. Now it works out blue gets the queen. A lot of trades here. So just to review, I'm catching up to the game, to the live position. Whoa, red in some trouble. Looks like yellow kind of wants to snipe a mate. Oh, that's mate for blue. Okay, so we've taken out red. What does yellow get? Yellow gets a blue pawn. Not very much. Yellow promotes and threaten to trade 1-point queen for 9-point queen. Coming back to home. This is a weak pawn. Could be targeted later. Like maybe you come this way. Let's see what happens. Okay, he eventually gets there. This knight is in the way. Oh, the rook also defends for now. But he's lined up on green too. This knight defends right now. Yellow is just shuffling. Oh, yellow pushes a pawn. Is that a dead pawn? Oh, that was a green pawn. Okay. Whoa. Blue just hung his queen for nothing. A lot of queen hangs this game. So red hung a queen, blue hung a queen. What was that? That was a pawn. Kind of a key pawn. Oh, this is actually defended though. Oh, will there be another queen hang? Why do you go here? Why not back? That's so odd. These guys are blundering so many pieces. Oh, double check. This is still defended. This is close to mate. If he could get the queen here somehow. Yellow could. Okay, so the green queen becomes free. Was there a mate here? I guess not. It's probably going to go to the end of the game while I'm still looking. Whoa, why did he take that pawn? Was he expecting something by green? Maybe these guys are getting into time trouble. We don't take that if we're blue? I guess he doesn't want yellow to be too powerful. Okay, live position. Alright, so let's look at the point count. Blue has the most with 66 points. If blue mates anyone, then blue can claim. But blue doesn't have a queen on the board. Green has no more pawns left to promote. That's a threat. He also has a check on yellow. Not anymore. This king is way out in the open. Let's check. Is anyone else streaming this? No, it's just me. Green offered to trade to yellow. Yellow doesn't want the trade. Blue just has a lot of pawns. That's what they're worried about. And blue also has the most points. So if they could work together to get rid of some of these pawns, I think they would like to do that. Wow, okay. I think we're going to see a promotion from blue. But maybe not yet. Maybe blue can wait for a better opportunity. Or yellow is checked or something. Now he's doing the promotion, okay. We could see a bunch of trades. So blue gonna let yellow do the dirty. Yellow doesn't even want that. Oh my god. Okay, now blue left on fumes. This basically hands the game to green. It should be fairly easy for green to win this game. Just has to stop yellow from promoting. And he could sack his rook for it. Rook here. So there is a check. But we can just get out of that. He's got to be really careful about yellow promoting. Okay, when you're 3 away, or when you're diagonally 2 away, like this king cannot be checked for a while. That's a good place for green to move. So now threatening to go after this pawn. And this is a promotion with a double check, even though it's defended. Okay, that should hand the win to green. So this pins, so the pawn can't move forward. So still have to be worried about this. Wow. Get in tough. It's a girl. All of a sudden, yellow's back in the game. Blue could promote. Supported by yellow. Now he's going to move his king closer. Yellow now has some potential checks. Wait, does he have this? Picking up the green rook. Blue sees it. Yellow gonna retreat. Whoa. This was almost mate. Kind of worth looking at. When the king was there, these three squares needed to be covered. I think if he goes there, there's an interpose though, and green gets the mate. So it probably didn't work out, but it looked worth looking at. Yellow farming some double checks. That's real close to mate. Wow, okay. So if he steps like back here, this can be a mate for green. Maybe, yeah, you have to check green to prevent that from happening. That's a double check. Can he just farm double checks for a bit? Oh, it's blue's move first. That's a double check. Also hits the rook. Okay, so yellow has run out of double checks. He could single check. He needs to watch out for his own king safety. And in the rook. Wow. So green is not up points, so can't afford to trade that. Yellow not up points. Blue could afford to trade everything. Check in yellow. To double check. Oh well, okay, says he messed it up. When you say he, who messed it up? Did one of them have a win? Oh, whoops. We're in a 1v1. I missed. What was the mate? Interesting. So the king supported covers these. Yellow covers these. Alright, we have a 1v1. We are at... Oh, they need to pass blue, who has 71 points. Green just needs to take the knight, right? Can't green take the knight and claim? Now he's past blue. Yeah, he gives 20 points. Alright, so that's a win for International Master C. Coppola, who is green. Blue is empty K3. Yellow was Miguel Alfonso, and red was 29 Machiavelli. Let's check the tournament standings. So we're about halfway through this particular tournament, still an hour and a half left. Chessmaster GS still winning with 3 out of 4. Simbo the pinup has 3 out of 6 games. Lost Chess 2.67, so I guess he got like 2 3-way ties, I guess, and 2 wins. And C. Coppola with 2 1/3 out of 3. Knight Love Raver in the mix here. Knight Love Raver has 2 out of 4. Alright, let's go check the next game here. As usual, we have a bunch of games to choose from. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 games going on. Nope, 5 games going on. So this game is the top game and it just started. So probably has those same 4 players. So that's not very interesting. Second to last game, pretty far in. Yeah, these next 2 games are pretty far in. And green is eliminated from both of them. I guess let's check this one, second highest rated. Already at 100 moves, so let's catch up. Red and yellow get their queen out. Green and blue also get inactive. Knight trade and a queen trade. So the queen trades because he doesn't want this rook to be taken for free. Okay. Okay, green tempoed the queen. That gives blue a free move. I mean, he could have, like, taken something. I don't think he really exploited that. Red, I guess, going for promotion. Yellow trades a knight for a bishop. Red promotes. Yellow happy to let red promote. Oh, whoa, that's a free rook. So a little bit weird. Okay, but they attacked the green queen and red is the beneficiary of that. Blue just eating up red's pieces while the others attack green. Green also goes after red. So this 1-point queen gets taken by blue. Oh, okay, so this keeps red busy so that blue can get one of the queens off the board. Green sacks for a knight. This looks pretty dire for green. Oh my god. Blue helped to mate green by taking this yellow pawn. I don't know if he meant to do that. But this is a free mate for yellow. I mean, he loses a pawn, but he doesn't have to lose the queen. That's how we got down to the 3-player stage. Oh, and red immediately promotes another pawn. So red happy to not get fourth. Red's king is way out in the open. Look at blue. Blue has so many pawns left. So does yellow. Red has the least king safety. Red has the most points, but not by much. What did he take? Okay. Yellow, nabbing some of blue's pawns. What was the point of this move? Maybe defending this more? I mean, I think he should want to take this pawn. Why not? But he didn't when he had the opportunity to. Okay. Blue rushing for promotion. Hey, King's Bishop. Thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. Let's give you a shout out. How was your stream? Was it Fisher Friday? Were you streaming some of Bobby Fischer's games? For the folks from the raid, we are watching the hold on, let me first thank you for the raid by gifting you a sub here. So yeah, 4-player chess is a chess variant played by 4 players, red, yellow, blue, and green. So they go clockwise, red, then blue, then yellow, then green. I'm observing rather than playing here. This is the free-for-all variation, which is every man for himself. And you're trying to accumulate points by taking pieces and also by checkmating. So the piece values when you take a piece are the same as standard chess except for bishops. So a pawn is 1, knight is 3, bishops and rooks are 5. So because bishops can control like a lot more of the board than can knights, that's why they're worth more. Queen is 9, and if you capture a king or you checkmate, that's 20 points. It's every man for himself. We are watching. Okay, so this pawn push hung this pawn. We're watching some arena qualifiers for the World Championship in the new standard setup, which switched the king positions from the old setup and has been the case for, oh wow, okay. So blue thought he was helping mate, but then yellow, and then instead of red going after yellow, red started going after blue. Took a free piece. So it can get wild. Normally the meta is at the 4-player stage when all 4 players are left, opposites work together. But we're at the 3-player stage and alliances shift pretty frequently. Generally you're going after the person, people team up against the person with either the most points or the most material left on the board. Okay, that's a check. So when blue checks red, yellow has a free move. I don't think he can do much with his free move. Oh, he's going after the queen. But no, blue didn't check again. So sometimes these guys just kind of shuffle their pieces back and forth, waiting for other players to set the action. So I'm reviewing this game until we get caught up to the live position. The game has not ended yet. It's still going on. Ooh, okay, red. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. Shoot, red lost the pawn somewhere in there. Where was I? Or no, was that just a dead pawn that was taken? I thought something was captured, but maybe not. Oh, was a rook captured? wow. Okay. Blue and red now teaming up on yellow. Because yellow has the most points. They snag a rook and a pawn. And blue is hoping... If I'm blue, I think I just move away. In fact, I might try to find a way to like go after this. Yeah, he wants red to be weaker. Now blue has the most pawns left to promote. Yellow lost a pawn. A trade. Now red can take that stuff. Blue is going to try to promote. Yellow also trying to promote. We are caught up to the live position. So red only has a rook. It is theoretically possible for red to mate both these players with just a rook. But he needs these pawns to get off the board. So red would like these guys to trade with one another. Red needs to make sure that blue doesn't promote. This is a promotion square right here. So red has to guard this promotion. I don't like that he's moving his king back. I think he should move his king forward to help block this stuff. But his king is far away now. Yellow cannot afford to give up this pawn. If yellow gives up this pawn, he has no winning chances. In the meantime, blue is just trying to promote. If blue can take this pawn, then he would love to do that. And but blue is moving this way, yellow's moving this way. Okay, so now if red takes the pawn, he can promote. So yellow could promote supported by red, but I think this could be taken, so yellow's not going to do that. I don't think there's any way to stop the blue promotion. This is probably a blue win. I mean, unless yellow promotes and like trusts red. If yellow promotes and red mates, then red wins. So I guess yellow can't promote. Because red could win and then claim. Yellow wants to go after this pawn, and then yellow can promote. So if he promotes, if he takes the pawn, this pawn can be taken, and yellow has no winning chances. This is no longer mate though. So red might have to do that. Otherwise blue wins. Okay, I think that was a mistake. Yeah, now yellow resigns because he has no winning chances. Red has no winning chances. So he could resign or he could play it out. But that's going to be a queen. One of these queens can sack for the rook. And after that, it's over. Anyway, I really appreciate the raid. Hello to King Bishop's viewers. So let's see who is who. Blue is Neo-Serbian. Has rated over 3,000. One of the strongest players out there at 4-player chess. Red was Chessmaster GS. And yellow was Absorbing something. Absorbing Traces. Yellow says, hate arenas every time some random person. So yeah, he doesn't like that Ramex was in here being weird. But yeah, I mean, red didn't have many chances to begin with. But if red wasn't going to try, he should have just resigned and moved on to the next game. I think his only chance was to play rook check. And after rook check, blue would have to play king here. And yellow, if yellow took the rook, then he would be mated. So, I mean, then blue takes back and blue just wins. So I think just rook check, king over, and Yellow could afford to take this pawn. Because again, red can't take yellow or red loses. I really think that was the best way of going about it. Here, yellow doesn't have a mate. Like, even if he goes here, this is possible. Well, no, he can't go there because the pawn would take. But I think this move had to be played by red. Alright, let's check the arena stand-ins, and then we're going to find another game to watch. Chess Matches GS is now winning with 3 1/3 out of 5. It's a tie. Balug also has 3 1/3 out of 5 with 10 arena points. And it goes down from there. Lost Chess came out to an early lead, but is now not doing so well. Alright, we're going to find another game to watch. Wow, the top game is in a 1v1. I think by the time I caught up, that game would be over. So let's not watch that one. Okay, so we have 2 games in the 4-player stage. No, we have 3 games in the 4-player stage. This game's in the 3-player stage. Alright, so I think we might as well just watch the second game, which is in the 4-player stage. We're only 7 moves in. Okay, so red and yellow active with their queens. Blue not active yet with his queen. Has mostly moved pawns here. Green has some activity. If this pawn ever moves again, then this could be a potential issue. With the bishop bearing down on the queen and the bishop. If this bishop weren't here, by the way, there would have been a potential checkmate with queen takes pawn and queen check. That would have been mate. But this bishop is here, which is in the way of this queen check. So green, preventing this pawn from moving forward, probably wants to push this pawn. The queen was in take. Oh, by the way, what happened? So pawn pushed, and I guess he did this just thinking that green had to do something. Maybe green didn't look at yellow's move, but this push happened, which we kind of expected. And this queen is hanging. Not only that, it undermines green's structure. Green could have taken this way, but then, yeah, why didn't he take this way? I guess potentially he falls prey to that mate again, but it's seems better than this, as he could always have brought it back. I think he had time since his pawn was in the way. Yeah, green really screwing this one up. Blue is not attacking at all, just turtling up. So blue probably sees that his opposite, green, not going to do anything useful. So he's going to try to keep himself safe. This queen can't move, by the way. Well, maybe it can, but if the queen weren't here, there would have been a checkmate. It was like this type of thing. So blue has to be careful about what he does with this queen. So maybe knight out, just to block this. Eventually, I think blue wants to move this bishop somewhere and then move his king over where it's safer. Yellow, right now is still moving his queen. Okay, that's another mate threat. Supported by red. So blue still needs to worry. He can potentially play bishop here. Oh, okay. That's a pretty good threat. And he can't take this or he gets mated. So that hangs the bishop. I don't know about this one. Because now green has a move against red. I think green should have thought more about a move like this to threaten a checker to take. Because if red didn't take this bishop, the bishop was going to take the queen. Like, that was a missed opportunity for green. Green absolutely should have played knight to j5. So yellow's in blue's territory. We could see a move like pawn up and queen here supported by the bishop. Blue has to be very careful. Yeah, this... Well, the move order... No, the move order does work. He could play this, and then this is mate. So green takes a free piece. So that's mate for red. Yellow gets to move this queen away. Green can take another pawn. So yellow structure is a bit in danger. So yellow wanted this to be taken so that he would be the beneficiary. So let's take stock. Red with 26 points, but his structure somewhat hurt. He still has these pawns, but they're more advanced than he would like. Blue is dead. Yellow has a pretty safe king. Green and potentially castle. Bring his king to safety over here. That's a check. He's going to take this first. Red was concerned about yellow taking the pawn. Why are we not taking it? Okay, finally we take it. This pawn is also under attack. We'll see if red notices. Red did notice. Green attacked the queen. Green really needs to get some safety. This not a great place for the rook. Maybe you hit it this way. Oh, that's just tanks a knight. Why are we not taking that? I feel like these guys are like free moving some moves and they're missing free pieces. Which doesn't make much sense with a 5-second increment. They should definitely see the free pieces. Don't want to lose this pawn. Okay, he's more concerned about red promoting, apparently. So yellow potentially could support green. He does. Red moves away. Does yellow take the rook? He could take this pawn instead, potentially. He does. Okay, this is double hit. Now you probably have to push one of these. Okay, push the other one. It's reasonable. Eventually you wanna, yep, defending this. Blue says, is this team's question mark? Apparently blue does not understand that opposites coordinate in the 4-player stage. Yeah, I think we take that. This is a pretty huge threat, by the way. If this queen ever moves away, it's hard to defend things. Oh, it's a girl. Okay, the pawn is defended. This pawn, I think green is not going to take just because it's a blocker right now. But eventually, later in the endgame, green may choose to take that. But right now, it kind of prevents yellow from coming in. Ooh, wow, knight was hung. Green gets a free move here. No, never mind. Green does not get a free move because of move order. That could be a free pawn to undermine yellow structure more. Although this pawn is hanging. If you're yellow, do you defend your pawn or do you go after red? He's chosen to defend his pawn. King safety first. Not sure what the point of this move is. I mean, this is defended. I mean, I guess this could be an attack, but it just kind of seems unlikely. Yellow going after the red knight. So green has defended the red knight, or maybe he's going to take it if yellow moves away. Okay. Free pawn for yellow. So again, red is the point leader at 32 points, so it makes sense that they're working together to attack. Wow. They're going hard after yellow. And if he had just moved, then the queen would have fallen to green. Instead, he put it in the way. So let's just review what was taken. Okay, so yellow gets a knight and green gets quite a few pieces there. A check on red. Green thinking of nabbing a free pawn. Green, if it was feeling spicy, he could just take the queen. Okay. So if you're green, do you take this queen? Let's go with his most active piece. I'm not sure. I guess he wants to keep his piece, turns out. By the way, this rook is a little bit loose. So at some point, if red is ever not under attack, we could see a move like this. Where's that? So green and red could... Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say they could mate yellow together, but yellow has this move. Red, I think, is going to go hide among the dead pieces. And finally, we tempo that rook. Green has a check on red. Not necessarily a good check, but a check nonetheless. This is potentially a loose piece from green. Okay, the bishop being attacked. The rook is defended for now. So yellow has basically two pawn. I forget if you call them pawn islands or not islands, but he has two different groups of pawns, and he has a rook defending each of them, which is a little bit awkward for him. Whoa, red nabbed the rook. He figured if green takes, yellow takes, so maybe green wouldn't even take that. This is a threat, but yellow takes anyway. If you're red, I think you go for this. That might make green too powerful, though. Green's going to become pretty powerful. Red doesn't have to do that. Red could just let this pawn fall, which is probably better long term for him. So yeah, he's just going to move his king to a safer position. So he's hoping yellow will take the pawn. And he could always do this later. But he wants green to be weakened before he lets green take the queen. What did he just take? Oh, he took a pawn. Okay. The red weakening yellow a little bit too. Not mate, because there's this move. No, it's double attacked. Green is afraid anyway. I don't think the queen's doing much useful here. Yellow is using the fact that they're busy to try to promote. I guess red probably wants to get rid of this pawn. Oh, I thought he was going to go for promotion. So green could push the pawn and let red take the queen. He's going to do it. If you're red, I think you do take this. Wow, okay. That's a bit surprising. Green now rushing a pawn. I guess red decided he wanted green to be weakened a little bit more before those trades happen. Hard to defend this pawn if you're green. This pawn probably going to fall. Oh, the bishop does defend it now, though. There's a pin. If yellow took that, though, then red would have mate. I guess he wouldn't, just because the move order. Green got to defend first. If this pawn moves, then red has mate, supported by green. So this would lead to checkmate for red. Then green would take the queen. And they do it. Okay. Green takes the queen. And red can claim, I think. Yeah, so not a good idea by green. Red, Chessmaster GS. Not surprising. Green was absorbing. Yellow was Ayama. Blue was yes. So blue apparently didn't understand the meta. Okay. So blue said, sorry, green says, sorry, I'm tilting. I'm going to stop playing. Yeah, so green really screwed up feeding the mate to red. Alright, let's go check the tournament standings before we move on to the next game. Chessmaster GS in the lead with 4 1/3 out of 6. We still have about 50 minutes left of this tournament. Let's go find another game to observe. Okay. We have a game that just started, probably many of those same players. We have some games that are pretty far in. This looks like kind of a wild game. I'm worried this game is going to finish while I'm reviewing the moves here, but we'll try it anyway. We're going to try to catch up to the live position. Red just rushing upon and has undermined blue's structure. Wow. And that's mate for red. Can just get a queen and mate. Or, oh, not quite mate, but discovered check. Okay. Now it's mate. And even though red loses his queen, he gets yellow's queen. So red the beneficiary of that. Red 31 points, green 6 points, and green 9 points. Oh, but looks like green gets to take some more red pieces. A red trade in for the green rook. Worked by yellow. Yellow takes a piece. Okay. Red tries to cheese a queen, doesn't work. Red structure is pretty awful though. He's getting his bishop out of dodge. Whoa, okay. We're sacking for the knight. That's because it was in his face. The red Russian a pawn. And the yellow Russian a pawn supported by the rook. Here comes some more pawns from yellow. Red and yellow both going for promotions. Oh, that's a pin. So this could fall, but there's a promotion for red. Oh, he's getting this out of the way so that he can take this pawn, I guess. And he doesn't take. Why do you not take the pawn for check? What? That's kind of odd. Yellow looking after his back rank. So we don't get some sneaks in. I guess this was already covered though. Yellow doubling up. This bishop is in take, also a mate threat. So it has to stay on this diagonal. Why don't you go in there and turn mate again? He's going after red, I guess. Now he's going after mate. We could possibly see a sack here at some point. Just shuffling for now. Who benefits from the shuffling? Red does because he has the most points. Oh, what just happened? Okay, so red sacked because this is a mate threat. It's not. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is a mate threat. Okay. Wow. Okay. Red takes a free piece. Yellow defends him from this. And then red takes the rook. Red is just up massively on points, but only 2 pawns left. 2 pawns in a dream. Red is still trying to win. We are... No. Yeah, we're caught up to the live position. This is the live position. Red on the brink of promoting both of his remaining pawns. Green frantically trying to prevent the red promotion. Yellow's about to become pretty powerful though. With 3 pawns left and the rook. They let red promote and double check from yellow. If if yellow ever plays here, that'd be a mate for red. Funky monkey. Glasses perched upon his nose. Yeah, interesting copy pasta. Oh, by the way, thank you for the follow from Long Dark Diagonal. I think that was a while ago. From the King's Bishop raid. So green would like to farm some double checks. Red hide in among the dead pieces. Yellow wants to promote his pawns. But he's not in any hurry. He wants to promote his pawns in a way that things cannot be taken. That's a mate threat, by the way. Checkmate in 1 if yellow doesn't do anything about it. Have to be careful about green getting a mate. I guess this would give the mate to red. No, then he would have this move. Each of their checks, they have to be very careful that whenever they check yellow, they have to be careful they don't give a mate to the other one. But they would like to find a way to take some of these pawns off the board. Red wants to get his king to a safer place. This is real close to promotion. And red is making green do all the dirty work. So you have to watch out for checkmates. That's a free pawn or a free rook. Well, not free, but good rook. So green is now checked, has to move away somewhere. Finally, they're going to start taking some of these pawns. This is not mate. This is this move. This is not mate. Still this move. Wow. Holy smokes. Alright, is there going to be a claim here? Yeah, I guess red can claim. Let's take a look at that. That was a fancy mate. Okay, so he checked. Yellow moved. Green is checked. This queen can't move. Yellow's checked. So he checked green. So was their mate no matter what? Okay, this just walked into mate. That's just mate in 1. If he had gone here, then check, and then he could sneak over here. If he'd gone this way, then I don't think there was mate. So So yellow just walked into mate. This wasn't red being particularly smart. I mean, he did notice the mate, so that's important. But it was really yellow who screwed up. Okay, so first place was International Master C. Coppola at 79 points. Second place was Green, Neo-Serbian. Third place was Yellow, 29, Machiavelli. Fourth place, Blue, Miquel Alfonso. Okay, so let's check the tournament stand-ins, and then we'll find another game to watch. Coppola now tied with Chessmaster GS, actually winning over Chessmaster GS. So Coppola and Chessmaster GS both have 4 1/3 arena points, which is, I think, 4 wins and a 3-way tie, maybe something like that. One thing I'm not quite clear on is I think in this arena score you get some points for getting second. Maybe you get like 1/3 of a point for second or something like that. See, I'm not sure how they're getting the third points. Maybe it's like 2/3 for second and 1/3 for third. I don't know. I really should figure out the scoring, but it doesn't say the scoring in the setup here. Can I click this? No, hold on. Maybe this will tell me. Arena 1. Does it say how you get arena points? No, that just talks about how to play 4-player chess. Okay, we're gonna look for another game to watch. Hey, True Player. Yeah, this is free for all. What's a good way to open? I basically at the high levels of 4-player chess, True Player, and here we're gonna. I guess we can look again. We'll look at this game, which is still in the 4-player stage. So what these guys do is they try to get their queens out early and they try to block the other queens. So he's afraid of this. Also afraid of this, so he's going to block this at some point. He's afraid of this. And he's afraid of this. So that's why they're moving these pawns early. Red gets his queen out. So blue trying to secure a check on red. And blue figures he could potentially check red and then green could win a queen. If yellow couldn't do anything about it. So red tries to prevent that, trying to prevent checks. Blue gets the queen active. And they're starting to develop other pieces. So yellow still hasn't got his queen active, which is very unusual. But the meta of these games, these free-for-all games, is at the 4-player stage where there's still 4 players left, you play it like it's teams. So we're caught up to the live game. So generally, red works with yellow, and when we're still at the 4-player stage, like we might see the yellow queen come out here, for example. Red will not take it. Like even if this knight wasn't here, like if the yellow queen got here, red would not take it. Because red is going to work together with yellow, and they're going to try to eliminate one of the side players or team up to win pieces from the side players. Once one of the 2 side players are eliminated, sometimes earlier, but usually you wait till one of them are eliminated, then we enter the 3-player stage, and then it's all about balance. So in the 3-player stage, you don't necessarily work with your opposite, even if you've just eliminated a side player. Now you guys are enemies. At the 3-player stage, okay, so this pawn is being hit. At the 3-player stage, you look and see who has the most points left, who has the most material left on the board, and who has accumulated the most points. And that person is generally the target, and the other 2 players may team up and target that player. But alliances will shift a lot in the 3-player stage. In the 3-player stage, sometimes you don't take a piece if it's from the weakest player and you want to team up with that player against the stronger player. And eventually, someone gets eliminated from the 3-player stage, and we move to the 2-player stage. 2-player stage is 1v1. You look at the point count. If you're more than 20 points up in the 2-player stage, you can just resign, which gives 20 points to your opponent, and you win on points. But if not, they're just playing some chess and trying to accumulate points and checkmate each other. That's kind of how these games develop. So king safety, very important. This is a very good structure for the green king, and he's leaving this rook here just in case yellow attacks this pawn. So green is a very safe king. Red doesn't have as many places for his king to go. Eventually the king will move over this way. We'll see like bishop up, king over. This pawn moving up makes the king less safe. Whoa, what the heck happened there? Okay, so yellow was just moving his king, but he hung a pawn. Red helping yellow out by taking a blue piece. Okay, green captures the yellow knight. Red is tempoing the green queen, which is going to potentially give yellow a chance to take a free dude. He does. I think red is going to save this queen somehow. Where's he going to put it? But by the way, these are in tension with check.
Can you and the stream hear me?
He's hitting the rook. So red probably wants to keep defending the rook, which he does. So if blue takes this, for example, you might actually see that. Blue takes this. I guess green can take this because of move order. So green's not going to take this because red could immediately take back. Blue doesn't have a chance to put a pawn in the way first. By the way, this pawn is defended. Yellow's king really locked down. Okay, so he's brought this queen away, which means this is now being threatened. Green wants blue to take a free pawn. Instead, blue goes for king safety. So this pawn could potentially be a blocker for blue, preventing some other things from attacking blue. So blue might just leave that there. What the hell? I hate it when random people match me when I'm in the middle of streaming. Okay, red is tempoing the green queen. This gives yellow a free move. He could potentially take the knight. Okay, let me go ahead and block this guy. Let me see. I'm gonna have to write down this username because chess.com makes it hard to block people who match you. NH3C1. Okay. So let me go ahead and open a chess.com window so I can go ahead and block him. Profile. It'd be nice if chess.com made it easier to block people. And block. So now we can go back. We can decline that. Alright, I've missed a few moves while I was dealing with the troll there. Read the chat in Discord. I'm sorry. Let me... Wait, Luke, you are in the Discord call. You're not saying anything. Why aren't you saying things?
I'm not saying anything? Wait.
Oh, do I have my sound down or something? Why can't I hear you? I'm sorry. Let me check my Discord settings. I'm so sorry about that. What the heck? I was having some audio problems last time, which I assumed was someone else's fault rather than mine. Let me try a few other things. Oh, that's much better. God, so that was my fault
Hello?
before. Yeah, I can hear you, Luke. I'm so
Hello?
sorry about that.
Okay, good. So let me see where we're at in this game.
Yeah, I have to back up a little bit. I missed a few moves. Okay, so red tempoed the queen as expected. Yellow took advantage. Uh, but
Yeah.
because the red queen was tempoed, red just moved away. Oh wow. Oh my god. So the green took the red queen. That's wild. I guess he assumed that yellow would defend him. But green blue are doing awesome here.
Yeah, it looked like there was like some way the problem with assuming that you could defend him is all places that you could put the queen and the rook on in that move were defended by blue pawns. Like the blue pawn would capture, for example, the rook down to e4
Right.
would not work. Plus, even if you were to defend that, like blue could have some kind of check on yellow king, which would stop that, and eventually yellow lose the rook anyways. Even if the pawn was not there. Okay, and yellow forfeits on time. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean he was mated. Even if he moved something, red was actually supported. So then green would take, red would take the queen.
Oh,
So
also,
so
fun
red wasn't
fact,
doing yellow any favors there.
Chuck, on your settings, if you go to that gear, you can always unselect allow challenges and invites instead of having to block that person.
I guess, but I'm just gonna block them anyway.
Fair enough. Back to the game. So we're in the 3-player stage. Now is the time to go for some promotions, but you don't want to do it too early. You can see blue start to make some pawn pushes now. True player, for example, and they're the pawns that are away from his king. You notice that blue keeps those 3 pawns around his king, so that his king safety doesn't get messed with. And regarding
let me answer some of True Player's questions from the chat here. So True Player says, if you get a checkmate early, do you take the queen for free or do you let him go back? You generally would take your opposite's queen. If your opposite gets the checkmate, you get his queen, and then that balances out the points a little bit, balances out material. So yeah, generally you don't just give him a free mate and let him keep his queen.
Yeah. Well explained, Chuck. Back to we see blue with now the material lead, so he has 9 points, only 9 points, and he seems to be the target. But now he sees green as a threat to his point lead. If he's above by 2 scores and red resigns, then green can resign and win the game, just adding 40 points to blue's score. If he's up 2 scores, and by score I mean 20 points. That could literally be called a score, as with Abraham Lincoln's speech.
Yeah, that's a good point.
20 points as a king.
Yeah, 4 years ago was 87 years in the Gettysburg Address.
Exactly. But yeah, if green has the threat of being up 2 scores against blue, so blue needs to find ways to trade 1-point queens for smaller point pieces for bigger point pieces, and that sometimes involves trading off 1-point queens for knights and rooks and queens if possible.
Yeah. Blue still has a lot of pawns to promote, as does red.
He does.
I don't like red's king safety though. I think he should tuck his king over to d2.
As the great new world champion Dylan Lara advises, every pawn push creates a weakness, because once you push your pawn forward, you can't move it back. Do it in Dylan voice there. That is the true case with red at this point. You'll see that those pawns are pushed out so far that the susceptibility to checks now, and red has to keep his king now. He has to move it to the 2nd rank. Oh, trades his bishop. I don't like that move. He should have played his bishop back to maybe f3 or e2. Yeah, green shows his circle arrow thing that shows that red probably should just have kept his bishop.
Yeah.
In the 3-player stage, it's important to respect your bishops. Another thing that our new world champion says is you got to respect those bishops because they will take care of you, they'll protect you, and they'll keep your king safe. As is the case for the pawns. But yeah, pawns can be used to promote sometimes. You just have to know when to time the promotions of the pawns.
Green checks red. I don't think blue is gonna care much about that.
I think king safety is kind of out the window for all 3 of these players, it looks like.
Yeah.
Because I think blue pushes pawns. They have room to move, and there's like no back rank threats anymore. So that's like kind of a that's kind of compensation for the fact that
Green is going to hide among the dead pieces. Red did a good job taking out a lot of green's pawns. So green is just has what he has.
He's got points, and I think in the 3-player stage, the points is going to be the most important advantage that you can have.
Yep.
Because if the 3 players kind of reach a point of stalling and then shuffling and like don't really have anything else to do, they kind of can't yield to each other, then the game ending in a draw will result in the player with the most points being the winner.
Oh wow. I think maybe the queen, 1-point queen, is going to go back to like J13. Then green is kind of safe forever.
Okay, what was that? That looks like he's hoping for green to do something. He's hoping for green to keep the queen on N9.
Queen M4 is possible.
Queen M4, Queen N4. Okay, so blue got what he wanted. He wanted to deflect it. Okay, he wanted to deflect the knight from promotion, and he wanted green's queen to stay on N9 to be able to take back the knight.
Yeah.
However, if red decides to give up and resign, this is gonna be green's victory yet again because of being up 2 scores, more than 2 scores. Green wins, sure. I do believe green has the chance of winning here. There's just a really high chance of green winning at this point. Having 2 queens, not having even the most material right now, they don't even see him as a threat. They just want to keep him from being too many points above. Because I think either player could win the 1-versus-1 against green potentially.
Yeah, Justin in the chat says green wins.
Yeah. It's just very likely for green to win. I think a lot of players who have been there a million times know that that's just how all road, as Hikaru would say, all roads lead to Rome. It feels like pretty much all variations of this game, unless somebody makes a extreme mistake, are going to lead to green winning in this game. And I do want to. I know you had a question about the system for what is considered the FFA, the new FFA tournament scoring, and that is 3-1-1-0 for the.
No, my question was about the arena scoring.
Yeah, that's what I was actually answering.
Okay.
Yeah, it is 3-1-1-0 for the arena points, and you'll see that also the first place is 3 wins, the second is 1 win, the third is 1 loss, and fourth is 3 losses for the rating system, which is the ultra old version of the rating system.
So was that a recent change? Because I mean, I definitely like that better than what I've seen previously. I guess that's different from SFA. SFA was like a hybrid.
Much different. I don't. So that was just kind of put in there as a default for the tournament settings, and only for this tournament, and other potential tournaments that have these exact same settings. But the problem here, I think, as I'm seeing now, is this could be abused potentially for both the tournament scoring system and the rating system.
How could it be abused?
As players would want to play for second in a lot of situations.
Yeah, I don't think that's a
Um,
bad thing, in my opinion. I think it makes the game richer.
Okay, red didn't want to take the queen and then take the queen. I guess he didn't want green to have more of an advantage here. I probably a valid play by red to not do so. All right, I'm gonna step aside for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Sure, appreciate your insights. Oh, we should give Luke a shout out while he's on here. Yeah, and I'm really sorry about the Discord audio. I had Discord audio problems yesterday, and I thought it was the other person's fault and not mine. So now I feel really bad about that because it was clearly 100% my fault.
Don't understand how Luke. How do people play for second? I mean, you're gonna ultimately want to play for the win, especially in the arena. In the arena system, the one time you're definitely gonna want to play for the win is after the clock expired. But no, I'm talking about the current.
What he's saying is it's better to get a quick second place than a long first place. So if you can secure a second place, move on to another game, like that's good for the arena.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean by people can abuse the system. Is like, but the only problem is you have to know who your opponents are, and it could probably only be timed once, because the top 2 players are going to win this arena or are going to advance in this arena, and there actually is only going to be one time that you really want to go for this second place.
So Lost Chess says, why use it in the tournament, but we're stuck with FFA? Yeah, like I want to play FFA like this all the time. I don't want it like just in a tournament. So is there a way that I can match people at actual FFA, or does it have to be in the tournament?
Play this tournament.
That's unfortunate. No, Justin Davis, we're talking about this tournament. In this tournament, it's old school FFA, where it's 3-1, -1, -3. And is it going to be that way for all of the matches, or just the qualifier tournament?
Well then, it's just going to be for the qualifier tournament, and okay. The matches are going to be 3, -0.5, -0.5, -2.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I would like to see the option to have it all the time. Yeah, Lost Chess says I'd play FFA every day if it was like this too. I agree.
It's an inflation of the rating system. And I bet it's probably encouraged more people to play these tournaments, but I don't see exact correlations here.
Okay. Red trading with blue.
Speaking of
that puts red in striking distance of blue. Of green. Yeah. But now blue's chances are far diminished. Yeah.
Blue, like I don't even think
blue I mean, if blue takes the red pawn, then red has no. That just hands the win to green, I guess.
Yeah, blue has to play for second here, and in this one, he has to play for second. And to do so, he has to reduce material of green. He and red have to work together against green, but he has to be pretend to be red's friend, and then red, and then just kind of once they get both green's queens on the board, he has to beat up red. Okay, a little error spam from red. Oh, that's because there's a checkmate on red.
An instant win for green.
And that's going to be an auto claim situation too, because blue can't even get second.
Right. Okay,
Claudio,
green MTKC
second, and MTK3 who's been
so how many tournament does does C Coppola get 1 tournament point, or and MTKC gets 3 arena points, or
It's MTK3 gets 3, and then Claudio and Red Pen 10 will both get 1.
okay? So
Yellow
my
will get 0.
confusion was when I looked at the tournament points, it looked like that was not the case. It looked like they were getting like 2 points for first places.
Was that
and we're getting like
because of
thirds of
tie
a
or
point
what's going on?
somehow.
Now the third of the point is I think the third of the point is literally just second place goes 1/3.
Okay. Oh, you get a third of an arena point for second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or arena score.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Score.
Oh, okay.
The
So
score being X out of 6. That is.
oh, I see. Okay, I got you now. So when it's out of 6, okay, I think I understand what's going on now. Okay. So
I think some simple math here can tell you that if you look at the arena score and divide it by 3, you should get the when you hover over it, that's what your score out of the X number of games is going to be. Does that make sense?
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I understand now.
There's really no difference in how you obtain that score in terms of your performance, except by the number of games that you've played.
Oh, I guess I should have looked to see how long is left. 15 minutes left in the arena. Let's go check out another game. The game that's
Claudio and
just started.
Yes, are
but
advantage here.
The game that just started, I kind of want to catch up to a game instead. So second game, they're pretty far in. The third game is still in the 4-player stage, but a lot has happened. I'm thinking to go, or no, I'm sorry, the third game isn't even in the arena, so we don't go to that one. Yeah, I guess let's go to the second game and we'll catch up. I'm gonna go all the way back. So green, very active queen, very quickly. Okay. Was there a mate here? So why didn't he just take the knight? Is what I'm wondering. Oh, there was a mate with bishop up to g12. I see. Supporting the queen. Okay.
Going through the opening to see if I see anything missed or
queen trade.
Nothing really popped out to me here in this opening.
Wait. Okay.
And I see some simple tactics being made, but blue, I guess, gave up on trying to keep his queen because that red bishop was about defensive checks.
Why is blue not taking the yellow knight? That's what I'm confused about. Oh, okay. Red was keeping him busy. I see now. Now he takes the knight. There we go. And a pawn. And a rook. Okay.
And then blue gets checkmated by
whoa, spoiler alert.
A combination of red, yellow.
We're not there yet.
Right.
Whoa, yellow takes red's bishop. Interesting. Okay. Red doesn't have much left here.
Yellow kind of blunders a checkmate to green, but it's not really a blunder. It's really on green to convert this 1 versus 1 in a slightly losing position. I guess green kind of made a choice here to go in a lost 1 versus 1.
Wow, red. I'm still catching up. Red doesn't have much left. Oh my god. Okay, so So green could have taken the red queen. And red was up massively on points, so it might have been worth doing. Or even, he could have come back to I4 to check. And then let yellow take the 1 point queen. If he didn't trust yellow. Whoa, this is weird stuff. Oh my god.
Turned into an interesting one.
Green gives up the queen to red. Red and yellow have 2 queens. It's a wild position. Oh wow, okay. Now I see where green got the mate. That's where I am.
Yeah. So when green got the mate, I think he had in the back of his mind, oh wow, we can take advantage of this this system. Look, I mean, at worst, I'm getting second here in this game, and maybe I could show off my 1 versus 1 skills, even being down a queen. I think there was a point where I think he had a better chances, perhaps.
I'm caught up now. It looks like he's poised to win the bishop because of the pin. But yellow has a lot of pawns to promote.
Pawns. Yep. And his 2 bishops are... Well, he can move to a light square right now. But that moves right to a rook check.
Yeah, but now he runs out of checks.
Now he saved himself. Yeah, they ran out of checks. And now he's got 2 pieces on that bishop, too. Not just 1.
Yep.
That rook can't even defend a bishop even once.
I think just take the free pawn. Yeah.
Take the free pawn. Allow
if you can
to admit to
if you can take both of these pawns, bishop. Then oh my god.
There goes some yellow pawns
getting
here.
Scary.
We're gonna see that green made the risky, but that decision is paying off here. It looks like. Second is third. Better than third in the rating.
This
games.
promotion square is guarded by the bishop, though, so he's gonna need to give up his rook. No, I'm sorry. The promotion square is 1 up. Yeah, bishop. Okay, that's fine.
Yellow could push one of his pawns and distract the bishop. Who's on call? So this is Luke with 4-player chess. I will reply to your comment.
Why is second better than third? I don't really understand that question. Second should be better than third.
In the arena system, in the arena scoring system, no, but in the rating system, yes.
No, but he said why. He didn't say is second better than third.
Yeah.
In the arena system, it's not different, you're saying?
So, I mean, that's just kind of how it went as default after the changes. I think it could be edited. However, I did go with the default settings. Pawn push here? Yeah, pawn push, tag the bishop.
Oh, that just gives up a pawn.
Second better than third is teams, yeah, and in some cases it theoretically could be played out like that. However, given that this is an arena that only certain players can qualify for, it may not be played all the way all out like teams, especially since you taking second every game could give somebody else first and could give multiple other people first, right?
So if you're green, I guess you bring your king. Or whoa, he just ran out. What did he do? Did he resign? Okay.
Yeah, he gave up and decided that.
He decided he wanted to start another game before the end of the arena, probably.
So, and it is about 4 minutes away.
Yeah. So, Nightlife Raver finished his first that game. Jay Crossover finished his second.
Yeah.
Chessmaster GS third, and AMA fourth.
Okay, so Chessmaster actually does have the lead currently, but I think Claudio's in the game, and I think Night Love Raver. Oh, he just won. Okay, so he just finished. Simbo potentially could be in a game right now, so he might be able to
And I'm sure they're
leapfrog ahead
trying
of
to
the other three
start a
players.
game. So
Yeah. What I wanted to say about right now at this exact window of time is that people could be resigning for second early on in the games to just get a point. If they know who their opponents are, they know that their opponents are not any of the top contenders.
that makes sense.
So like that makes sense. Yeah, that's good.
So I don't see them as starting a new game yet. Which,
Yeah, see two people hanging out in the queue right now, and there's like, and I know there were 5 games, so I think 2 people could potentially join them. There were 5 simultaneous games.
all right, let's look at. I guess we'll look at the top game then.
Okay,
we have to catch up.
there's a couple of. Okay, I'm where you are.
So hold on. So green sacked the bishop for a knight. Oh, because he saw the bishops were in tension, I guess. That seems odd.
Arena's going well. They appear to be, but there could be different definitions of going well versus not going well.
Whoa. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's May.
Made it twice on purpose to start another game. You did that, Carlos. Oh, I mean, let's see. But were you in like a really bad position during those games? Is the question.
Okay, so green was able to take the red queen. Wow.
Where are we?
God, that's just a wild move sequence. So what happened to the blue queen? Does the blue queen still exist? I guess it does. Okay, so blue was the... Oh, no. Okay, so red went after the blue queen when all of this was going on.
Okay, so
That
you
was smart by
were
red.
crushing those games.
We're watching different
The
games or the
position was
same?
bad enough. It was I think Carlos is talking about his games in which he got he was crushed into the point where he had to go settle for not first.
Yeah, I was watching the game Lost Chess where I think Chessmaster GS did the same thing. He was annoyed at his opposite. He just kind of sacked the queen and got mated to get to another game.
Yeah. What has been noted that it's extremely important that the system is such that during the matches, the actual best of 5, that players don't play for second. The arenas, there's a lot of things that are going to happen in the arenas.
I'll say again, I
For
like this
resigning
system much better.
Basically, the penalties for resigning is basically other people will take first. If you don't take first, somebody else will. Your choice.
We've caught up to the live position. So the blue knight's being attacked.
Neil lost 100 points in arenas probably because he was playing against players way lower rated than he was. But I guess I don't.
Wait, who lost a lot of points?
Of course, we're talking about Neo Serbian.
Oh, Neo lost 100 points. Interesting.
This was better than the last format. In what way, Carlos?
Do you like the time control better, Lost Chess? Or is there something else?
Okay, this game we've seen twice where green had a piece cover one of red's intended moves. This time yellow finds a way to block that that capture. Yeah, well, and I was just informed that somebody aborted a game and lost his lead as a result. Again, I don't know how many times I've griped about people aborting games.
So a boarding game
The dude got what he
counts as a game played then,
deserved.
which counts as a loss.
It counts as a loss for only you, and for everybody else, nothing happens.
I see.
A wasted game.
Yeah, as it should be.
Absolutely, I do believe he got what he deserved there. Interested in how many moves it was, or was it on what move? Or was it a certain color that he boarded on? That's the next question. Boarding ruins games, and if he did, then he got what he deserved. Okay, so
green doesn't have many pieces left, but he has a ton of pawns.
The most susceptible to being.
Oh, sure, yeah. Blue's in a bit of a maiden net.
Right in the center. Why red decided to move the rook away from those squares, I think. I don't know. I think yellow had a chance to just play. I think he should have just left his rook there and maybe moved his knight towards some action, or maybe even push P. Or yellow is gonna play his rook to F5 fairly shortly. A lot of good things being said about this championship. Doubt there are any complaints. Oh, I'm sure there are going to be some here and there. There always have been complaints about nearly every championship. More so during recent times than during the first times.
Oh, that's got to be pretty close to mate.
Is it? I mean, the yellow pawn covers that, yellow pawn covers that. Rook check, or the rook blocks. The blue rook would have to block here, and
yeah, you just take it.
And then you just take it. It's mate, yeah. Yellow can kind of do some sort of. It's something block, and I don't want to say it because it's NSFW, but yellow could have just taken the rook and prevented red from having the enjoyment of a checkmate, or at least made it very costly.
Well, the yellow did not take the red rook. That's surprising.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he playing first second with red now? I mean, what's going on here?
That's a free green pawn. Why aren't we taking that?
Now we are. Leaderboard qualification has been interesting, but they all playing anonymously, so couldn't really watch it. Oh, you mean like the top games have been mostly anonymous? Like, as in like the games that have been played this last week. And then it's like hard to tell who the players were unless you had kept a close eye on them throughout history and in the recent times.
Maybe it ended up being good that yellow didn't take the red rook, because red keeping green a little bit busy and yellow looking to promote. Yellow structure is looking a lot better.
Yeah, I think earlier when red had the rook still, I think taking the rook would probably give green a bit more of a chance to just run away with them.
Makes green too strong.
Yeah. So that's an interesting situation. Okay, why didn't he take the pawn there? Could maybe leave a mating net on green.
Yeah, I agree. This did weaken green a lot, though.
Free pawn instead of losing a bishop for a rook.
Yep.
I think would have been better for yellow. Okay, his choice of rook placement seems good. It's on a light square. Checking does not hang the rook now, and it's basically like a bastion. Like what? Not. I was trying to look for something. It's basically on an outpost on the K4 pawn. Bishop's stronger than rook, so it really depends on the situation there. PKR. In the opening, they're going to be stronger than rooks. In the 3-player stage, you want to keep them as defense and use rooks as pawn supporters. Really, you want to keep the rooks on kind of. It really depends on the situation. But bishops actually act more as defense in the later.
You're setting up a discovered check. Red noticed.
Yikes! That would have been really awful feeling discovered check there. Okay, now knight g3. Yeah, knight g3. Protect that juicer, and then green can come down, hit the knight again with like queen i2, queen i4. So there's not really a way you can protect everything now.
Queen i5. Well, queen i4 just hangs the queen. So
endgame's rook's greater than bishops. Okay, absolute solid endgame, yes. Like the 1 versus 1, yeah. The absolute stone cold 1 versus 1, they're gonna be better than bishops, but keeping bishops around kind of gives you better chance to hold a better position in the 3-player stage.
So green could consider sacking for the pawn. Oh, but he doesn't want to do it. Okay. I thought he could take h5 and then promote. Yeah.
But just in case, he didn't want to do that with the risk of yellow playing rook to d6 and protecting the pawn square.
Yeah.
The queening square.
Makes sense.
Not worth the risk. Yellow probably would do that, even to consider balancing. Oh no, that wouldn't really be good for yellow. I think yellow would want to let green queen because red would be up a knight against him. It's kind of hard to say. It's a risky decision. It would have been a risky decision by green. What was red doing there? Pushing a pawn for no reason. He
was hoping that yellow would do something useful.
I think it was, and I think red just trying to. I think he was hoping for that exact capture so that red can make a check here. Is red gonna hang his rook on green to hope for yellow to come in and support? Okay, he doesn't. I don't know if he trusts yellow yet, but
I think should not trust yellow.
Rook L8 check was played. I think the yellow would be forced to play rook to E8 to keep that balance.
Yeah, I agree with you. Lost chess. In the middle game, bishops can be better, or they could be kind of equal. But end game, rooks are okay.
Ever reason utter promote outside of showboating? Oh, absolutely. If the 1-point system ever becomes more than just queens and becomes rooks, bishops, or knights, then it will be done to keep players from seeing you as a threat. And
yeah, and I think it should happen. I think you should be able to promote 1-point rooks and bishops and knights for sure. Oh yeah. Wow, gets rid of the green pawn.
I mean, the world champion actually did make a comment in the elite players group chat stating that he was kept from a win recently due to the fact that he was forced to promote a queen. And
how were you able to read that chat? I'll say in my radon voice. That's good.
Wait, what was it? What was it you said in the radon voice?
No, it's something Radon would have said is how did you get access to that chat?
Oh. So actually, yeah, the is with Luke, seriously, Luke has access to that chat. What? I'll be damned. Luke has access. He's considered an elite player. What? Who made this decision? That's a good one, Chuck. That's a good one.
Night Love Raver says, "Is it legal to abort the game when the time for the arena is over, just to block other players from getting points?"
It's legal to click any buttons. Well, there is costs in
Yeah,
aborting because
it costs you. It adds to your game count. Night Love Raver.
it adds to your game count and takes away tournament points from you.
Oh, it deducts tournament points?
It deducts tournament points, absolutely.
Interesting.
-2.
Okay.
Which I explained earlier was a really bad move by Simbo. I think that someone is probably Simbo.
So so red's doing a good job against green here. Gonna get to pick up a pawn.
I think it would pay the if by the way, if Claudio is still playing, right? Is he still playing or is he done? Let me see. It is loading for me. He might be in this exact game that we're observing right now. I'm pretty sure I can probably draw conclusions that
so
Chess Masters
do we think
in.
is Neo-Serbian being genuine or sarcastic? It's hard to tell. Like, I would think he's being genuine based on what he wrote. So Neo-Serbian says, "This was fun.
I know, right?
Great tournament, Luke. Thanks." So normally I would think he's being genuine, but someone just told me he lost 100 points. So that makes me think he's not genuine.
He's sarcastic.
He's being sarcastic. Okay.
Oh, okay. So he didn't lose 100 points, and I don't think he lost 100 points. I think he lost like maybe 50. Was it like 30-25 to start? I don't seem to remember. Well, let me check. I could check the archive. For the arena format, just kind of any sort of arena format will definitely have its issues.
Yeah, there's always some randomness.
Neo-Serbian started off 2985. So he didn't really lose much.
To check. Is there going to be a double check? I guess not yet. Well, there is. It's just not a good double check.
Got a bunch of forces and still gain rating. If you start out 2400, you just plus EV to play this tournament. Yeah, I can't even really tell, to be honest. It does sound sarcastic, if I had to be honest. Although he's been genuine in a couple other times. I want to hear it from the man himself, though.
So red's probably concerned about the yellow check.
Let's hope that red is Claudio and serves Simbo some justice. Although I do think that Claudio doesn't even need to be second, or he could get second in advance based on his performance.
Double check, nice.
As long as Simbo's not in a game right now. Because knowing GS and Claudio, I'm pretty sure that they won't abort their place in the tournament if they get selected. Unless unless a tournament in real life pops up for Claudia, then maybe.
That's huge.
Okay, that changes things. Red can't be allowed to get away with having both a point lead and a material lead, so they had to somehow stop the red from being up too much material. Had to take some stuff from him. That makes sense. Everything that happened, including green coming back and taking one of yellow's pieces, so that we have balance. Who's the favorite to win here? It's kind of hard to tell. Red, I would argue, if this game played out perfectly over the course of, say, 50 more moves, I would have to say red just because of the score. I don't see any position that currently is currently a runaway for any player, and I don't see any player at a disadvantage such that they would be forced to throw to somebody else. I think this is just going to balance out to red winning this game unless something dramatic happens. One game left, which means GS qualifies. I think that is probably true. What's going on? Yasmin managed to hop up there, and Simbo, I don't know if he was still in a game or not. Neo was serious, so not sarcasm. This arena much better than 10-0. Lost 100 points in the 10-0 arenas, and go back after near 3,000 again. So he enjoyed the tournament despite not really being in contention for the top spots in this.
Yeah, he does say not sarcasm.
There are going to, of course, be other arenas, and
So he likes the time control much better because he flagged in the other arenas.
Yeah, Neoservant's probably going to capture at least one of the Saturday arenas to be in the top two. I'm pretty sure, confident about it. And I wouldn't doubt Night Love Raver. MTK3 probably gets there as well. And probably, probably anybody in this tournament who's in the top 8 right now is going to be one of those 16 players that advances to the next round. Being underrated is now everything's a risk for you. You lost 15 rating. But 15 rating is not really, in my opinion, that much. Well, who do you guys think are the favorites to win this game in particular? I vote red, but that's just because everything else being equal, there's going to be draw, and I don't see any forced wins for
green
anyone.
now has 2 queens on the board, so
yeah, that's kind of dangerous. You like green.
Yep.
It's kind of a tough position for yellow, and really difficult for red to find any checks here. Maybe, that's a double check for yellow.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so now yellow promoting is allowing some more balance here yet again, and I think if yellow trades with the agreed queen, eventually there will be some balance. 8 hours for the next arena? Yeah, approximately. If it is stockfish versus stockfish versus stockfish, does green win here? That's a maybe.
I think yellow should have checked green there.
Until yellow queened. Okay. but it does look scary in terms of green possibly. Yellow and red could both easily walk into some forced mates by green. That is scary. But green doesn't have much time to think about it. So you could easily miss a free mate here at some point.
So
He just
checked yellow and is getting his queens. Oh, discovered check.
That is a good discovered check, but I don't know how effective that's going to be. Question mark. Yellow moves before green here, so yellow has a check on green if he wants. Red can make a check with rook f4, but decides that could either give yellow a checkmate or hurt his position a little bit.
Yeah, red wants to snipe a mate on green.
He wants to snipe one. He wants green to walk into it. And people at the top levels don't tend to blunder, don't tend to give the guys to their left mate on the guys to their right. But people at these levels do tend to walk into mates to the guy on their left. I think that's what red is hoping for here. I don't know if that made sense or not. But green did find a mate on red, and I think that's going to end the game here. An auto claim. Claudio will take it. That is a big win for Claudio.
Okay, so so by Claudio you mean International Master C Coppola?
Yep.
Has taken the win.
So Claudio will be the overall winner with Chess Master in second. Congratulations to you guys.
So both of them progress.
Yeah, we have not seen any titled player qualify for quite a while.
So they played the same time in tournament, right? In other words, next weekend they're both going to play the 0 UTC tournament.
That is right.
Okay.
They will play against each other.
So congratulations to C Coppola and Chessmaster. Let me see. Can I? Oh, I can press more to look at the other things. Let's see.
Should be finished.
So Yasmin was pretty close. Night Love Raver was like 3 points off, so 1 win. Yeah. He could have been in the mix there.
Good efforts by those that are close. It'll eventually come to them. Probably more than
likely. we have 7 more arenas to go. So another one in 11 and a half hours will be the next one.
37 games played. And
so
another
Empty says I should have promoted move 113. Let's go back and look at move 113. So instead of doing a discovered check on green, he's saying just promote.
Sure.
And he's hoping neither of them would want to take that pawn.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to trade with each other. Green doesn't have an immediate mate here, right? He doesn't. I just want to make sure.
And also because yellow's in check, so yellow can't take it immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good time to promote. And it actually would force the king back, because the rook would be pinned.
Oh yeah, because
oh yeah, I guess he's still gonna push the pawn, but yeah, interesting game. All right, well, that's gonna wrap up the that's gonna wrap up the stream for me. We need to find someone to raid. Do you have any suggestions, Luke? Let's check the chess categories.
I actually saw. I thought I saw one of your guys was firing up a bug house, but I think he ended.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
who's Chicken
Chicken
Conquer.
was streaming a while ago, but Chicken only streams for like 10 minutes, so it's hard to
That's
pin him down.
kind of a tough decision. I mean, I'll leave it to you. I don't have any suggestions that stick out as far as what's appropriate to raid from.
All right, I guess we can
our
raid
World
Hunter. We're
Championships.
just doing
We
a
can raid Hunter. Yeah.
24-hour stream.
Yes,
send in
that
some
means
viewers.
he will. His stream will pop up on your channel for another 8 hours before potentially you
Okay, guys.
go off.
The raid message is the following.
Oh,
So-
we
so
have
let's-
Chacha, Justin.
Let's send this
Heard
message
okay.
when we get
Oh,
to
Marbles win? Okay.
we get
got
to
it.
Hunter's
Copy
stream.
paste.
Hey Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha, good to see you. Cha-Cha, are you going to participate in some of these arenas? We're sending you guys the Hunter
he's already
Wiz.
qualified.
He's doing. He's
Ron's
qualified by
already
rated.
qualified.
That's right. That's right. He
Yeah,
doesn't need to
by
bother with this.
leaderboard.
Arenas are for the plebs, not for
And
high-rated players like
he
Cha-Cha. I guess did
got
Radon
himself
qualify
seated
by
comfortably
Radon
in
too?
his-
Did Radon?
Well, no, he didn't make the leaderboard because he
He didn't play. I see.
But
All
he
right,
could,
so-
he can play for a bunch of second places during this next arena and gain rating and not even qualify.
Yeah, because the qualified people have already been set by Radon, right? Okay, so we're gonna send you guys to Hunters. He's doing a 24-hour stream, showing some love. I'm gonna stream again in 11 and a half hours. We're gonna stream another arena. I'm gonna try my best to stream all the arenas. So look forward to seeing you guys for some of the arenas. Thank you so much, Luke, for joining me in commentary, and
course.
thank you for organizing this tournament. A lot of fun to watch. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.